I, 30 male, am considering ending my relationship with my partner, 26 female, due to her being $250,000 in debt. I am a 30-year-old male and I have a well paying job, roughly $100,000 per year, and no debt. My girlfriend has $250,000 in private student loans from undergraduate private school with a variable interest rate. Recently, the interest hit over 11%, and doing the math on the loans has me devastated. Okay, before we even read on further, I am one of those people who I'm okay with you breaking up over debt because you're not just marrying the person, you're marrying all that crap too. So that her debt becomes your debt. With how fast it is growing, she will need to put $25,000 a year into it just to keep it in the same place. That basically guarantees that I will never have financial help during our relationship. Additionally, with how much she will need to work just to pay the loans, I won't have much help around the house or with our kids if and when we have some either. I keep blaming myself that I can't just deal with it. It's just money, right? But at the same time, when I look at the reality of the situation, I can't help but feel I need to walk away from this situation. Number one cause of divorce is financial problems. Just putting it out there. Additionally, she's going back to school in the fall for a higher paying job, probably 60 to 85K income at the end realistically, with the possibility of 125K a year if she works herself to death. But this program will add another 30K in federal loans. I think this is a bad decision, but it's also the only option she seems to have to up her income. A lot of jobs that if you get a full-time job with a good company, they'll pay for you for your extended education. I hope a lot of people know that. Like they will, any of these, a good sized company will pay you to get higher education. You don't have to go do it yourself and then get another job. I feel like I don't want to wait until I'm 45 when this debt might be paid off to have children. I don't want to put my life on hold in this way, but I also love her a lot. We've talked a lot about this and about her plan to pay it down, etc. It now feels like my options are either accept that this is reality and it will be many years before she's free of this debt, or end the relationship.
Am I in the wrong for asking my wife to stop dancing for me until she gets better? I'm 33 male and my wife 26 female has recently gone into sensual type of dance classes. Think burlesque or twerking to R&B music type stuff. She's an artistic type and loves music, movies, etc. But she's always wanted to try dancing for fun. I supported her new interest and I was happy to see her having fun. After about 2 to 3 months of taking these classes pretty consistently, she sat me down one night for a surprise. She dimmed the lights, came back in a sexy outfit and danced to a song. I was super excited to watch her, as she's been pretty shy about seeing her dance before, but I have to say that it was not good. If I'm being honest, it was really bad. To give an example, think of the show King of Queens, when Carrie takes up pole dancing and dances for Doug. I know it's played up for TV, but it was almost at that level. She tripped a few times and just overall didn't look comfortable or sexy, but I talked it up to nerves and said it was great, and the night continued. A week later, she did another show for me, and it was just as bad. I didn't want to get into the habit of her doing these shows for me and secretly not liking it, so the next night when we were cuddling before bed, she asked if I wanted another show sometime, and I told her as kindly as possible that I don't say this to embarrass her, but that the dances haven't been doing it for me. I asked her if she felt nervous or shy, and she said a little bit, but the nerves went away once she started dancing. Overall, she seemed to take it in good sport. But then the next morning, she was noticeably distant and eventually admitted that she's upset and hurt that I told her to stop and that I should have just kept watching them even if I didn't like it so she could get better over time. Obviously, it wasn't my intention to hurt her, but I felt like I was placed in a tough spot here. So, am I in the wrong? Am I in the wrong for not making child-inclusive plans that someone in my friend group can attend? I have a group of 6 friends and their significant others from high school. All of us are in our mid-20s. The only person in our friend group is Jessica, who has 2 young children and is a single mom. I'm the only person in my friend group that can host, as my husband and I own a decent-sized house and I don't have anything stopping us from hosting, I guess. One doesn't want to host, 2 live with their parents and can't, another has roommates that won't let them, etc. We all live in a rural area, so there isn't really anywhere to go for more than a quick dinner, so someone hosting is the only way that we can all hang out really. When I host, it's always later in the day, around 7 p.m.-ish. That's when most of us are off work. I also have a no children rule for my house, since my dog is afraid of children and I honestly don't like kids anyways. My nephew yanked my dog's tail several times, so now my dog growls at kids. I had a gathering last weekend, a dinner time barbecue. Everyone was invited, same rules as norm. Jessica asked if she could bring her kids because she can't afford a babysitter since both of their dads aren't involved at all. I said no, because of my dogs and also because I don't want a baby and toddler at my house. The last time she brought them, she kept trying to push them off on other people who didn't want to hold them so she could relax. Also, her toddler puked on my 5K white couch, which I had to replace. No, she didn't pay for it. Jessica blew up on me in the group chat and said that I always exclude her. I told her that I'm not excluding her, I'm excluding kids. All kids. She's welcome to come if she can find someone to watch her kids. I also told her that she's welcome to host. She kind of went on about how all that's impossible and now she isn't talking to anyone. Our friend group is split. Half of them think it's my house's rules. One said that maybe if she screwed better guys, she'd be able to have a babysitter. And 2 think that I should just let her kids come. To be honest, if it was someone else, I would have maybe caved. But I don't like Jessica that much, especially since she didn't pay for my replacement couch. So, am I in the wrong here?
In love with my friend's wife. Before any judgment, please let me explain. I, 28 male, grew up with 3 good friends. We've been friends since we were like 8 years old. Let's call them John, Steve, Sean. Steve had a sister who I'll call Mary. When we were all kids around 12, Mary was 10. Her and John started dating. Yes, you think 2 kids dating? Well, that went for a very long time. Mary and John grew up dating and got married when they were 20 and 22. Unfortunately, John passed away from cancer 3 years ago. This was horrible for everyone, and especially Mary, of course. We were all friends, as I am close to her too. I lost one of my best friends since I was a kid in such a horrible way. Mary and John lived in a different state than me, and pretty much everyone just lives in different places. 4 years ago, I found a job in the same state as them. It's like 40 minutes away from their house, so I would visit often and was there during John's worst moments. Now, for the past year, I think Mary and I grew closer. I really wouldn't know how to explain it since we have all been close, but it just feels different. She has not dated anyone since John died. She even confessed around 8 months ago she hasn't even kissed or slept with anyone else, that she just didn't feel attracted to anyone. She has been on a couple of dates, but it's just weird according to her. Now, I have been feeling quite attracted to her for the last month. I just feel so happy around her and just really never felt like this about any other girl. Before anyone says anything, I didn't have any feelings like this before. She is pretty and always thought that, but never saw her in any other way while John was alive, which is why I feel so incredibly bad about this. I feel like I am betraying my friend. I haven't been able to talk to anyone because I don't even know how I could explain it. I like to tell sometimes that John would actually be happy it's me and not some random dude who would hurt her, but I can't really know that, and I'm just trying to justify myself. About a month ago, I think there was a moment when I felt like maybe she kind of feels the same way. We went out to a friend's birthday. There was quite some people and she had a few drinks. She took an Uber and so did I, since I knew I would also get some drinks. She asked me to share the Uber, and on the way there, she was talking about a guy that has been flirting with her, and she said, quote, I'm just gonna read it as is and maybe you guys can help me figure it out. And she said, quote, why can't it with them how it is with you? Why can't I feel it with them? She went home and I went to my house. We never talked about it because I don't even know what that meant. Maybe she meant it as it's easier to talk to me and open up to me because we've known each other so long, or maybe she meant it as she likes me but feels guilty that it's me and would rather to feel like that about someone else. I guess the reason I'm here is to just see if maybe I'm thinking about things too much because of how I feel, or there could actually be something there. Maybe she feels the same way. Maybe I should let it go and not ruin the only connection she has with someone close to him. I mean, there's his family and her brother, who were also literally John's best friends, but they live far away from her. I don't know about telling her. I'm terrified of not being how I think it could. So strangers of Reddit, a little help would be helpful. Can you imagine reading that initial post? Just like, what would you say?
Like a friend texts you this almost.
Yeah.
Like you are the Reddit.
Update: in love with my friend's wife. After I posted here, I tried to reach out to her to talk to her and let her know, but she was in quarantine due to being exposed to someone with COVID, so we couldn't see each other for a bit over a week. When she was fine, I said I wanted to take her out to celebrate, that she was okay, and she agreed. We went to a really nice restaurant and had dinner there. Since it was still early, we went to watch a movie, and while we were there, we kissed. She panicked and went outside, told me she would talk to me later, and left. She ignored me for a couple of days. She would read my messages and not say anything or answer my messages. I was extremely anxious, but after the first day, I didn't want to overwhelm her. So the second day, I just texted her saying I was sorry and I would let her have time to think. On the fourth day, she messaged me saying she wanted to talk to me if I wanted to and if I could go to her house. When I arrived at her house, we sat there and she apologized for the way she reacted. She just felt overwhelmed and panicked when she realized we were kissing. She said that she had been feeling a certain way about me and was scared of everything. I told her I had also been feeling a certain way about her and I would never try to do something that would make her feel uncomfortable, and I was so sorry I kissed her. She said she was not mad about me kissing her and that she panicked because she actually liked kissing me until reality hit her. I asked her what did she feel and how did she want us to go about our feelings. She said she didn't know, so I said if she would like for us to just take things slow, like really slow, and just figure it out together, and if not, I would understand. She said she would really like that and that she really likes me, so we did. It has been a month, kind of, and we are still together. We are taking things calmly and keeping it a secret for now. We do not want people to judge, especially since we don't know where this will all go yet. Until then, it will be between us. We've been seeing each other more often now, almost every day, and I've never been happier. I really hope this goes where I want it to go. Thank you, everyone, for your advice, and in the end, things kind of sort themselves out.
Am I wrong for calling my friend's proposal disrespectful? My friend, male 27, decided to propose to his girlfriend of 3 years, Dina, female 26. The two of them met at a bar pre-COVID and got really close really quickly and even moved in together. I think they're a great match, and my friend Stefan has never been happier. He told me he was planning to propose and I was ecstatic. The day after the proposal, I called him and I asked how it went, but I was shocked to hear that she said no. When I asked why, he said that he proposed to her at a bar. Am I wrong for calling my friend's proposal disrespectful? He said that she didn't like the way he proposed, and I had no idea, but he thought it'd be romantic to propose at the same bar they met. I could understand why she might not like that, but I asked her privately because she and I have gotten to be close. She said she told Stefan multiple times she didn't want to have a public proposal and that she was horrified it was at a bar of all places. So I told Stefan that his proposal was honestly really disrespectful and he seriously kind of messed up. To which he told me I was being an insensitive asshole and should be supportive. So I just want to know, am I wrong? By the way, I'm a woman.